Hi guys, it's Clarice and welcome to another Procreate video with me. I typically do a lot of watercolor videos of the floral nature, so if you're new to my channel, feel free to check those out. Hit the like button and also subscribe so you never miss a video from me. But today I also am going to be showing you how to do a floral using Procreate. Procreate is something I've been kind of doing on the side, and I love sharing the knowledge that I have with you guys, just to kind of show you how I make my own little doodles and create my own little graphics on the side. Today we are doing the rose, as I mentioned. In my next follow-up video to this, I will be showing you guys how to create the petals, sorry, not the petals, the leaves that go with it. So let's get started right away with this rose. It's fairly simple, so you can follow along step by step if you have your iPad ready with you. And I am quickly going to close away these or make these layers invisible and create a new one so we can get right into it. So I've created a new layer. I have my preset colors for this palette, or this, I've created like a palette with some preset colors already. I'm selecting my lightest pink, and the first brush that I want to use is the artistic brush called Fresco. And we want it about in the middle, because we have, so then we have like a nice big version of this on our canvas. And by the way, my canvas is set to 1500 by 1500 pixels. And I'm just doing a rough circle, getting some nice pink in here, getting all these beautiful layers that the Fresco brush gives us on multiple levels, so it looks like some pretty layering. Next, I am going to create another layer, and we are going to select the second darkest pink from my palette, and we are going to move on to the next brush, which is going to be the, I believe it's underwater, and it is the Water Bleed brush. Now this gives us a nice soft hue and texture, and so I'm going to make sure it's about like a quarter way down, and we're getting something nice and soft like this. And we just want to make these little C strokes that are happening. This is typically how I would do my watercolor roses as well, and I am just going to alternate these little strokes, and as I'm getting higher or wider on the outer layers, I'm going to make sure that I slightly thicken or make the radius of this brush slightly bigger so I can get some nice thicker strokes like this. And we're just going to kind of go around and create these little strokes so we get a nice blend and alternating effect of the various pinks that we have going on, or the two pinks that we have happening. If you want to play with your opacity, you can also do that. I'm just going to leave mine the same as is, just to kind of keep this tutorial simple. And yeah, so I'm happy with how this looks. Now we're going to do another layer of very similar strokes, and this time we're going to pick the darkest pink. I have like this rose red pink. And for this brush, we are going to be using the inking Studio Pen. So I have Studio Pen selected, and so I have Studio Pen selected. I'm going to make sure it's about like a quarter way down again, and we are going to go ahead and create the same little strokes like I mentioned, and we're going to just kind of enhance on the strokes, and just like we did previously, we're going to try and make this thicker as we go as we create the outer layers for this rose. In our little strokes, I'm just going to make it slightly thicker, and we're alternating just like we did in the last section, and we want to make sure that we've got some nice layers happening, nice alternating. We've got some nice thick and thins. The nice thing about the Studio Pen is that when you press down, like according to the pressure you apply, you can get some really nice thick and thins. So play around with that and see what kind of effects you get. And you're just kind of doing this exactly, you're mimicking what I'm doing really. And I'm just adding a couple of strokes on the end there, and then a bit on the outer. And then we've got one more step to this. So now that I've got this done in or set up here nicely, we're gonna now switch to the little hand smudge tool here, and we're gonna select this brush under painting, called Oriental Brush. So once I have Oriental Brush selected, we're just gonna go in and go over the darkest strokes that we have so far. And we're just going to also make sure that it's not set to too thick, so that you get some nice blending happening. Do you see what's happening right here as I kind of go along? I'm just touching it on the outskirts of this, and it's kind of blending in with the second medium pink that we've laid in, and thus giving us some really pretty folding of colors. And as you go outward, you can again make your brush thicker so that it's giving you a nicer, thicker blend. So just adjust and play around with your brush sizing here as you're doing this. You want to leave a little bit of the dark happening, so you don't want all of it to be blended, and this way it gives you a nice, what's the word I'm looking for? Hint of light and shadow. The outermost bits, I think, could use the thicker strokes, the thickest, not strokes, the thickest radius for our brush. But as you can see, this one is a little bit thin and small, so I need to go slightly smaller. So again, you need to play around and see that you're getting these hints. So it's giving you these nice indications of layering and petals that are layered. So just some of it might just require you going in a couple of times and just kind of blending it in, because that's what this smudge tool does. It kind of blends in the colors. And this is also why I have both the colors, the last two layers that we did, on the same layer here, right? I didn't create a new layer for this. And so you just kind of go around, do your little blending, and if you feel like you need to add a little bit more darker bits, then just feel free to add the darker bits, then go back in and blend a little bit more. I'm undoing this blend because I don't like how it kind of turned out, but you guys get the idea, right? So this is how you would create that nice little rose. And look at the inside of it, like you can literally see these nice blends happening. So now you can either go in and add a little bit more of the layers to enhance the center, or you can just end off by going back to the bottom layer, going back to your lightest color, and going back to the fresco brush, which was under artistic, and making sure it's in the center. We're just going to go ahead and enhance this rose by just adding a little bit more. And here you go. You have your rose done and created. So I love this technique. It gives us this nice, like, dreamy rose. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments what you thought. I will go ahead and enhance it a little bit more in the meantime, as I am still talking to you guys about what else you can do. As mentioned in the beginning of this video, I will be doing a follow-up video to this on how to create the leaves that go with it. So stay tuned for that coming out next week. In the meantime, I hope you practice this rose. I hope you really like this technique that I'm showing you or have shown you. And if you find value in these videos, guys, please hit the like button and share it in your social media channels. As always, thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate all your support and help. And follow me on Instagram and Facebook as well. If you do end up doing this, I would love to see how it turned out. So do show that to me on there as well. Thanks, guys, for watching, and have a wonderful day. Bye now.